Hello, it's Debbie Gilbert from the Business Awards show, and I'm also the owner and founder of the Best Business Women Awards. And today I'm joined by Caroline Marshall from Upsource, a VA agency which can help businesses with all of their administration tasks. She's a new business, started it in July 2020, and today we're going to be chatting to her about her business, her journey, and also why awards are playing a real part in the growth of her business. So welcome, Caroline.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me, Debbie. It's great to be here. I haven't done a podcast in a while.
Great to see you again, because the last time we met was at the Best Business Women Awards.
It was, and it was an excellent night. Thank you for hosting.
Thank you so much. So before we talk about the awards, let's share a bit about your business and your journey. So why did you set up Upsource?
So I was kind of more forced into it, but it was definitely something I always wanted to do. My background, I was a personal assistant, executive support, and also had a stint in communications. In 2016, I went into the virtual assistant industry, but I was actually an employed VA. So I've had a little bit of a different journey from what a lot of VAs go down the route to going from PA or EA to VA. It was quite a fast-growing agency. I learned so much there. I helped a lot on the business side. I really wanted to grow there and step away from the VA support and learn how to grow a business. I actually got made redundant from there after my first child. So that was in 2019. I went to go work somewhere else, and then COVID lockdown happened, and where I was working was very much an in-person place, and they couldn't facilitate my role there, and I needed to be at home with my youngest, who was at the time only around 18 months. He's 4 now, so it's amazing how time has flown. So I was at home again for the second time in 18 months with the kids, and I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, well, I was a great VA. I'm going to pursue this. Found out I was pregnant again, and all started with, so I didn't jump straight into it, but I put the motions in place during that lockdown and launched Upsource when my kid was back at nursery in the July 2020.
Wow, you are such an inspiration to women combining work and motherhood. That's amazing. Well done. Because I always say growing a business is like nurturing a baby.
Yes,
And
I have 3 children.
3 children, effectively. So tell us a bit about the services that Upsource offers.
So we provide virtual assistant services. So this can range from anything. Our core service, which we mainly provide with our customers, is personal assistant support. So inbox, diary management, operational support, anything that is needed, which is quite similar to the PA role. We also provide financial admin support, bookkeeping, that sort of work, social media support, and we've even done a few events and in-person work as well.
Wow, that's quite a list.
Just ask and we'll see if we can provide it. It's kind of hard.
It's a really good one. Just ask, and if we can do it, we'll do it. And if we can't,
exactly.
That's always a great attitude in business. So when did awards kind of rear onto your radar? When did this sort of come to you that this would be a good idea?
So it was actually before I started the business. I went to the PA show a few months before. I actually went to the PA show because there was a few interesting talks happening, a GDPR one, and the business I was working for at the time, I thought, oh, there's a few things I'd quite like to learn about here. And I think I secretly clearly missed the VA industry a bit, or the personal assistant industry, because that had all I'd known, and I felt quite out of it. So I went along and ended up watching the virtual assistant awards there, and I was like, oh, I get a little bit, I do like winning things, I like taking part, I do, a little bit competitive in a good way. I think competition is good, not in a hence these awards and things like that. And it's really good to measure yourself against other businesses and learn from these things and reflect on your business. But I was like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to like win one of these and give it a go? So I kind of had it on my radar before I started the business, and then it got to a point where I thought, oh, it's quite nice entering awards because apart from the judges, no one knows you've done it. At the time when I was just starting and new and had no idea how I'd measure in this, it's quite nice because it's only the judges that see it, and it's a good way to review your business and things. So yeah, I kind of had a little bit of confidence in the fact I'm not putting myself out there completely, I'm just giving it a go.
So the first award you won was a newcomer award, wasn't it? Tell us a bit about that.
Yes. Yeah, so it was the UK VA Awards, and at the time it was all done completely virtual. I just been networking and talking to others, and I saw they were coming out, so I thought I'd enter. I had no clue, because I also thought I did actually have a VA background, but I was employed, and so I didn't know whether they'd even consider my application, in all honesty. But and also I was about to take maternity leave from my business, which I did do in December 2020. So let's say when it came to asking about your business plans, which often these awards do, don't they, which is great because it makes you think forward about your business. I didn't really have much planning because I knew I was going to take maternity leave. So I thought, well, this is what I'd like to do, and we'll see if it happens. This is what I'm doing right now. And yeah, so the awards were virtual because we're all in lockdown. I had a 12-week-old baby on me who I was actually breastfeeding at the time. My husband went to collect my other child, so he couldn't have him. And I was like umming and ahhing about feeding him. I thought, oh, should I switch my camera off? I probably won't win. It's fine. And then, yeah, my name got called and I had to put my boob away.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And you're sitting there with your little baby. Oh, that's incredible. And then that brings us on to Best Business Women Awards. You got a silver with us, which was amazing. So well done. That's very, very hotly contested category. Really tough to get shortlisted. So you did really, really well. And the judges obviously see there's much, much promise in your business, because that is really what that category is about. Not just what you've achieved, but what the plans are. And then you also won another award, didn't you? Which has led on to you becoming a judge.
Yes. So yeah, with the Best Businesswoman Awards, just say what's quite nice as well. The other awards were all in VA or business support industry. So it was really nice with these awards to feel I could enter with, the childcare businesses, sales businesses in my category. So that was really nice to kind of just meet other women who started businesses back out of my industry. So I loved that, and this was the first awards I did that. Yeah, we also won Miss Jones Agency of the Year in 2020, which was yeah, a really lovely surprise, and it was in person, so I got to meet other personal assistants, and felt like we're all starting to get back to normal. 2021, sorry, I should say, it was last year. The years are flying by. And yes, and then I got approached to be a judge at this year's awards. So that will be really exciting. Never done that before, if you've got any tips.
But I think, you'll find it a really interesting experience being on the other side, for one thing. Hopefully they'll do a little bit of judges training with you. We do judges training with our awards, and we give the judges quite a comprehensive matching booklet to help them, because it's not easy. So hopefully they'll give you the criteria. But I think it's about making sure people put all the information that you need in, and that the passion comes across. That's what you want to see, isn't it? The passion, good customer service, the evidence. I don't know if they ask for evidence, because every awards are different, but we love to see that passion coming across. That's what's really important. And I think that was one of the reasons the judges chose you, was you have such passion for what you're doing, which is great.
Oh, thank you.
Things, children. So that kind of leads me on really to how this new business journey has gone for you, and maybe sharing some of the things that you have found that have helped you, and maybe some of the things that have helped you overcome all the challenges that come with starting a new business. Are you up for sharing a few of those?
Oh, definitely. So I always recommend, and what's been so helpful, I think, because of my experience when I worked, was made redundant from virtual assistancy before, I think it was, my dad was like, oh, just start your own kind of thing. He's quite entrepreneurial. And I was like, oh no, I'm done with the virtual assistant industry, completely done. And then I started, I don't know how, Facebook led me onto groups, and I saw how supportive the community was, and how very different it is when you're not in isolation at one business or on your own, that you're working with others. And I got a mentor within my industry as well, someone who'd been similar things as me, starting a business while pregnant and things. So someone who could really support and guide me and help me in those ways. So I think, twofold, networking within your industry really shouldn't be underestimated. And I know I see some of my clients do it within their industry as well, and they really thrive off each other. And also getting a mentor of some kind, one that is the right fit for you, because it's really got to be like a virtual assistant service. It's got to be the right fit. It's all about personality, isn't it?
Definitely, 100%. And did you get any business training or business sort of, any other business support around you whilst?
Yes. So I got a little bit. So basically, it was lockdown. There was so much stuff out there, wasn't there? Which was good. It could get a little bit overwhelming at point. But I learned a lot from supporting the growth side of the agency before. So there was a lot of knowledge I did get in a good way that helped me. I mentioned my dad before. He had his own accountancy firm for years. So very helpful on things like forecast, what's realistically financially viable. And within my mentor and the mentoring group, and there's things like business plans. I remember I did start with a business plan and a financial plan. I did start with, I can't tell you what was on my business plan. I should probably readdress that like most people. But I did start with the financial plan and just be like, what is realistic? What can I achieve? What am I aiming for here? And it changed over that year, especially with me. I had to pivot a lot being pregnant and what I was capable of. I definitely had more ambitions than I could achieve, but then it meant I had a really good baseline in place by going optimistic. So I'm constantly learning on that side of things and trying to get just also wisdom from other business owners who I network with and women founders.
So do you do business networking, general business networking, or do you just network with other VAs?
No, I do general business networking as well. So I've got a couple in London. I don't have a set place that I go to every week. I found more the casual who I meet, but there's a few I go to monthly, and especially since I'm getting out of the whole breastfeeding time with the child. So I was quite limited then. In the past year, it's been past 6 months, I got 2 really good clients from one networking event end of December, which was a very proud moment, because it realized like, oh, I can just go out and talk to people and get clients. So I'd really recommend people going out, networking, and being a bit brave and giving yourself a pep talk on it.
So what's the plans for Upsource this year? What's your top plans that you're going to be doing?
Okay, so wow, we had significant growth last year, so I want to continue growing, but it's got to be meaningful. Still doing the numbers, what sort of clients we want to work with, how many we bring on per quarter, per month. So I'm still establishing those plans, but definitely some growth. I want to see how we can help other agencies as well. So I'll really look at that and how we can provide value to other agencies from what we've learned in our 2.5 years, and what we learn as virtual assistants supporting other businesses, and how we can support other business owners in those ways. And I'm thinking about launching a podcast myself and doing a bit more speaking. It'll be nice to practice. And one of my words of the year is brave. So I'm going to try and do some different things now, and continue the growth of Upsource at the same time.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, the podcast, I'm not going to lie, it's hard work. We batch record, and then we try and get our episodes. So we've got a plan of which topics are coming up when. We're kind of currently put out this week our 54th episode. I think we've been going for nearly 2 years. So we had a break over the summer of last year. We didn't put out an episode for 3 months, mainly because I had a major operation and I couldn't record some episodes for a while.
Oh wow.
I know, but actually a lot of podcasts do have that break.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not like a TV.
I mean, yeah, I'll see. I'll see. We've recorded now up until the summer, so I'm done now. This is like today's review, and I've got a few more for the rest of the day, and then we will be done. So I do recommend it, and I think it's a good way of engaging with people and sharing your knowledge. So we will look forward to that. If you do it, let us know and we'll promote it.
Excellent. Oh, thank you. I'll come to you for tips as well. And get you on there as well.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'd love to. I love going on people's podcasts. So if anyone's listening to this and you need help with your business, if you are somebody who is working on a Saturday and Sunday, stop it. Stop working evenings. Get some help. Get some administration support with Upsource. contact Caroline. We will be putting her details into the show notes, because you really do not need to work 18-hour days. I'm vouch for the services of virtual assistants in the early years of my business, really helped grow it. And we still use some virtual assistants for projects now.
Good.
So I
Good.
really would encourage anyone listening to this.
Can't do it all yourself, and you don't have to do it all yourself. It's
it's a cross between being an octopus and a control freak. Stop
an
doing
octopus. I've never heard that one. I'm going to use that one.
Yeah, like you can't be good at everything. Be good at what you do and sub out the things that somebody else can pick up for you, because your business will be more successful, definitely, as a result of it.
Yeah.
So we look forward to watching your journey, Caroline. I'm sure you'll see you back at the Best Business Women Awards, or winning other ones.
Absolutely.
Lady. And thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Debbie.